Hi, my name is Austin Zoot, and welcome to the Zoot Perspective Web Congregation. This week I'm sporting Chicago gear because the Cubs are in the playoffs. It's an exciting time to be a Chicago fan, even from Jerusalem, so I gotta make sure I sport my team even while we're doing a video this week. So, go Cubs go, and let's fly the W. But we're also in an exciting period of time in the Torah because we just finished Simchat Torah, where we finished the reading of the book of Torah, all 5 books of Moses. We get to the end, and as is very popular in Jewish tradition, we start back up again. We go all the way back to the beginning and start reading from the top. This week is the week that we're supposed to read Bereshit, the beginning of the Torah portion, the very beginning when God is creating the world. And I think we've discovered one of the most interesting and thoughtful components of the Torah portion this week that really helps to answer one of the key components, maybe not answer, but give light to one of the key components of theism and belief in God. God is creating the world, and a lot of people have trouble in believing in the way that God creates the world. The concept of do science and God match together? Can we have a notion of a God creating the world while we also have the notion of science? Do those things mesh at all? And it leads to a lot of questions. Does God exist? Is God significant in our lives? How do we find meaning in God when God is maybe not matching with what we know about the world around us? The very first thing, God is in this space. We're not really sure what the space is. It's described as a sort of a mixed up jumble of chaos. And God says, out loud, God speaks into being. He says, let there be light. God says, let there be light. And there's light. God speaks into being this notion of light. Now, nothing has been created yet. God's there. And God speaks saying, let there be light. Now that brings up a fascinating question. If God says, let there be light, that means the word light existed before the thing light. When we invent things, we don't invent names for them before we invent the thing. As a general rule, we invent something and then we come up with a name for it. In this case, God creates the word light before God has even created light itself. Why can't that be the same for God? Maybe God was created before all of this. If we had the word light before light was created, maybe we had the idea of God before there was anything for God to be God of. Maybe the world existed in a concept before it ever existed in reality. Maybe, just maybe, the way we understand the world today, the way we understand the world now, is not the way God's rules apply. Maybe the rules don't apply to God in the same way. I think many theists, many who believe in God, would agree that God doesn't play by the same rules as people. But in this notion, if light existed, if the concept of light existed before light itself, then maybe God existed before there was anything else too. Just one perspective on one of the most fascinating and intricate Torah portions there is, because when we begin, you got to start from somewhere, and sometimes there's nothing to start from. So when we start the Torah portion, we're starting from nothing and we're going on from there. Very excited to start another telling of what this year is. We're going to change some things as we go throughout this second year of the Zoot Perspective Web Congregation. We're going to branch out beyond just the weekly telling of the Torah portion and into some other books that are found in Judaism, some other concepts that apply to the world we live in. We're going to continue to explore Judaism in a thoughtful and modern way and continue to make meaning out of all of it so that we can find meaning in our lives, in the texts that surround us, in the world that surrounds us. Thank you so much for viewing. Don't forget to donate to my GoFundMe page, which can be found in the link below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can continue to get all the great material coming out of the Zoot Perspective. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and Shabbat Shalom.